good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Coach Tiffany Parra, editor in chief of Phoenix Fitness Fanatics magazine, elevating your mind, body, and spirit. Today is Cinco de Mayo. Happy Cinco de Mayo for everybody that is celebrating out there. It is also our Mental Monday. This is our time where we just chat about, some of those things that just maybe weigh on us. And, we've got a really great topic today that we're going to go over. And I've got a couple of our wonderful contributing writers with us. We have one that you guys are going to remember. You guys see her all the time. Let me go ahead and bring her on in. Hey, we've got Teresa Palmer in the house, the nurse with the
Hi,
mostest.
everybody. Hi, everybody.
Oh, thank you so much for joining us today, Teresa. We
Thank you.
also have one of our newest contributing writers. She is actually on the road, just dropping off something real quick. She has a amazing product that she actually a few amazing products that she's going to share with you all when she comes on as well. So let me go ahead and bring her on in as well. Hello, hello. We've got Miss Melissa Revelation of Nature in the house.
Hi, Tiffany. How are you guys? How are you, ladies?
Oh, we are fantastic. Welcome, welcome to our Phoenix Fitness Fanatics magazine's Mental Monday conversation. Today, we are chatting about grief, everybody. We all go through it, and health, it really isn't just physical, right? It's spiritual, it's emotional. I mean, we've got so many different things playing at us today, and this episode really helps us to process all kinds of loss that we go through, whether it be a job, whether it be a person, whether it be a pet, whether it be just a way of life, that you have to let go because it doesn't serve you anymore. But before we dig in, I want to have the ladies go ahead and introduce themselves. They're going to share who they are, where they're from, and just a little bit about what they do. So, Teresa, please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. How are you? Thank you for joining us today. And for those watching the replay, thank you for joining us for the replay. I'm Teresa Palmer. I'm a nurse practitioner or advanced practice nurse, as it's called. My expertise is in holistic cardiology, and I have a program. I work with people. It's called Heart Consciousness, giving your heart the attention it deserves. And it's about taking our heart health to the next level. So it doesn't matter whether you have a heart condition, there's always things you could do to help yourself. If you don't have a heart condition and you're trying to prevent something by being proactive, again, there's always something you can do to help yourself. So that's what I do. I work with people. I bridge the gap between traditional Western cardiology medicine and Eastern traditions, ancient wisdom, spiritual practice, metaphysics, and all that. So that's who I am. And currently I reside in Alabama, hopefully over the next year to reside in Florida.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Teresa. Welcome once again. And Melissa, go ahead and introduce yourself as well, please.
Absolutely. Thank you, Tiffany. Also want to thank everyone who is watching as well. So thank you for watching. And my name is Melissa, and I'm a holistic nutritionist as well as an herbalist. And a little bit of what I do, I empower others to live a healthier lifestyle through nutrition, educating others on what type of foods we should be eating and what we shouldn't eat, as well as incorporating herbs in your diet also. And also, I do events for holistic events as well. And pretty much that's what I dedicate my life to do primarily. That is my passion. But I also am a notary public in Los Angeles. So I am from LA. So that's where I am from. And yeah, that's a little bit of what I do.
Awesome, awesome. Thanks so much, Melissa. All right, ladies. So let's dig into the question of the evening, or wherever you are, morning, evening, afternoon, because I know we're international. So, what are the healthiest ways to process grief? In a world that expects us to just really just move on and get over it quickly, and you know and how can we support each other on this journey? I know grief comes in so many different ways, right? We've lost, like I said earlier, we lost, I've lost a father, I've lost, other grandparents, things like that, and even losing a lifestyle, right? When you're so used to a way of living, and when you have to, maybe you hit a health issue, and you're told, you know what, you got to change that, or else you might die. Oh, let's see. I think we've got another person in the waiting room here. It's Dr. Julie, so hopefully she'll come on back in. But when I changed that lifestyle, because of hitting pretty much rock bottom with my health, it was very hard for me. And I mean, I went through an emotional roller coaster because for me, I felt like, a lot of these foods, I was an emotional eater. So when I would get, upset and be in the height of, those sad moments or that anxiety, I would eat, whatever it was that I was craving, whether it be sugar, salty stuff. I mean, but it was always something processed. And when I let myself just let go of that, my body went into shock. My mind went into shock. And I just had to surround myself with other individuals that had gone through that journey just so I could really tap into them and see, how did they make it, easier to be able to navigate through. And I think I've done that with any time that I have gone through any type of grief for myself, is just surrounding myself, with other people, whether it be a support group or, even a therapist. I've had to go, that route a few times as well, just to share my feelings in a safe space. So let's talk about it. So Teresa, what are your thoughts on this? So what do you feel are some of the healthiest ways, to process grief in our society today?
Yeah, I think the main thing is you have to feel it. You have to go through it. One of
Mhm.
my mentors, who's now transitioned to the other side about a year ago now, Rick Jarrow, he always talked to us and told us sometimes you have to sit in the oven until you're fully baked. There's no shortcut. So, whatever type of grief you're feeling, whatever type of loss, whether it be lifestyle, family member, spouse, pet, job, anything, is number one, to feel it and to accept it, and to say to yourself, I have the right to feel this way. If you lose a job, nobody expects you to be happy about it unless you didn't want that job to begin with and you
Right.
were looking for an excuse to get rid of the job, then you should be happy. But overall, if you lose something, acknowledge the loss. This happened to me and I feel this way. And it's okay to feel that way.
Right.
It's important because you have to sit with it. And the best way to do that is sit with it in your heart, because the heart is the only place we could feel emotions. The brain
Mhm.
has no feeling, the brain's a computer. So you can't count on your brain to feel anything. It's your heart, where your heart could feel things. So you sit there and you say, this is how I'm feeling. It's okay for me to feel that way. And know that it has to be in your own time, especially with grief. There's no set pattern for any type of grief or loss. There's no manual that tells you how you should grieve or loss, how long you should, and when to get back to things. It's just not possible. So your body and your soul and your heart will tell you when it's time for you. If it takes a month, it takes a month. If it takes 200 months, 20 years, that's what it takes. And there's no shame in that. There's no harm in that. And I think some of the best things to do are find somebody that you could tell your feelings to I call it venting. Whether
Yeah.
you're angry, you're upset, you're sad, somebody that will listen to you. You don't,
Yeah.
in our society, if somebody asks you how you're doing, normally you say okay. If you
Mhm.
don't know the person well, you're not going to spill your heart out to them, because that's not appropriate. That's not what they want, and they won't know how to react. In
Yeah.
some cultures, it's different, but just find a person or a group of people, whether it be a support group, formal, informal. You can make your own, get together with some people, and just have, even make it a party where you're
Yeah.
going to go there and you're going to say what's on your mind, how you're feeling. You're going to start to get it out, because the amazing thing is once you feel it, you start to heal.
That's
And
right.
once you own it, you start to heal. So you have to feel it, you have to own it. There's no shortcut. You have to sit in that oven until you're fully baked, because if you come out of the oven too soon, either you're going to flop or you're going to have to go back in that oven. And physical illness develops over a period of time. So the
Right.
cells hold the memory, the cells in our body. So it's important to let go of those memories, to acknowledge it. Now, that's what I have to say about it.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And look, you gotta feel it to heal it, y'all. You heard her. Melissa, what are your thoughts on this? What are the healthiest ways to process grief in a world that just expects us to, get over it and move on? How can we support
I
each other?
I agree with Teresa. Honestly, Teresa, you were spot on with that. That's definitely you took my words, but I can definitely add to it. I think in other words, I should say that grief is sometimes, sometimes like you don't grieve right away. Sometimes you think about things later, and
Hmm.
that's something that I realized myself, and I'll be like, wait, I'm so mad at something like months down the line,
Yeah.
and I'll just let it be and I'll let it out, because sometimes like when things happen so sudden, I don't feel like we sometimes realize like how much it does hurt us, or maybe,
Yeah.
the impact that it has. Like for
Hmm.
me, recently I always feel like that happens to me, because like you said, we move so fast, and like sometimes you have to make decisions really fast too, and just analyze things, situations, people in general, and just do what's best for you in that moment. And then it doesn't mean that you don't have feelings right and then. I feel like you have them, but you're not grieving right away. So
Hmm.
I feel like when it comes down to grief, always let it sit and like, don't wait to feel it. I mean, if it happens whenever it happens, just let it be and
Yeah.
embrace it, and just allow that moment to be the truth, like, yes, this is
Hmm.
what I'm feeling right now. I felt that then, but I didn't know that I was feeling that. And
Hmm.
that is very important, I feel like, to just reflect on that, and yeah,
Yeah.
just accept it and let it be. And that's my take on grief. I feel like for me, like, I am a strong headed person and also a hearted person, thanks
Hmm.
to my mother. And I do take a lot of pride on that, because at the same time, like, I don't like to let my emotions take over reality and
Hmm.
as to what's true. So that's something that I would say that I had to even practice too, to just be vulnerable with all the feelings that I have within the aspects that happen in my life, the situations in general, and don't be too hard on yourself, and let
Yeah.
it flow. Let release, because when you release the grief is when you are healing,
That's
and that's
right.
when everything starts, so you
Yeah.
feel lighter too, like energetic wise. You
That's true.
feel like a feather, like it just feels so good, to be honest. It may be painful because of
Yeah.
what happened and you realize things, but once you release, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. No,
That's what I'll say on
absolutely.
that.
Absolutely. And it's like if you gotta cry, you gotta, laugh. Like I did laugh therapy. Someone told me to really help me with when I lost my father, because they saw a change in me when I really didn't see it because I was moving so quickly through it because I'm, executor of the estate and I'm doing this and I got, other things that I'm fighting over here and it was a lot. So when I did kind of slow down and I could see that kind of, going on, someone said, you're always smiling and you're always laughing. Like, use that because you're always so bubbly. So use that. And they said, like, go on the mirror and just laugh, look at yourself, just laugh. And that really and truly helped me tremendously to get through that grieving process of losing my father. It just, so I mean, for anybody out there that is looking for something that you can do, I mean, it's practical, it's free. all you need is a mirror and yourself, and your wonderful smile and your laugh. So this has been just such an amazing conversation. I mean, just man, I hope everybody got some good stuff out of this. Seriously, I hope you're out there taking notes as well. And if you're watching the replay, hope you're taking some good notes as well. So, ladies, I know you all have, so many good things going on. I know, Melissa, you were mentioning some, events that you do. And I know, Teresa, you've got a lot of stuff coming up as well. So please, we're going to go ahead and start with you, Teresa. Share with us, some of the things that you got going on right now, and how everyone can connect with you, if they want to, kind of tap into some of those wonderful things as well.
Okay, for me, I wrote a book. It's behind me, but you can't really see it that well. It's Heal Your Heart from Within. It's available on Amazon.com and BalboaPress.com, who is the publisher. It's also at Barnes& and Noble and Books A Million. So anybody that's interested in that, it's all about things you could do to help yourself, and they're complementary to whatever care that you're receiving. So you continue with your traditional care and you add this, and you're starting to take heart health and general health in general up to the next level. What I'm doing is right now I'm in the process. I have a website which is going to be revamped, and it's going to really reflect more of the direction that I've gone into as far as heart consciousness. And there'll also be a free gift available in exchange for email, and there'll be an audio. So that's coming over the next couple of months. I have somebody that I just contacted last week. We had a great conversation. Person's really good with how to do this, really got who I was. So that's going to be in the process of rebranding. But you could still go on the website. You could follow me on Instagram, well_being_gal.com. No, well_being_gal. And I have a Facebook page. I don't do a lot with Facebook because right now I'm not quite sure what's going on with it. And I'm also on TikTok. So over the coming months, working with this person, hopefully I'm going to get everything under the same umbrella and be able to get everything nice and tight, organized so that people with just a click could find me wherever they'd like to. And I'm always on the shows on Monday, Tuesday, and Monday, Tuesday mornings with Own It magazine. And I write for Own It, and I write for Phoenix Fitness Fanatics. So anybody's welcome, the subscribers and new subscribers, to find me there.
Awesome, awesome. Thanks, Teresa. All right, Melissa.
Um, Also, I just wanted to add something about the grief part as well.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
so something that has helped me as well, like speaking on nutrition aspect of it, has been eating more fruits as well. I always recommend
Mm.
people to eat fruit in the morning because honestly, it really does bring up your vibration and your energy high, and you want to stay away from anything that is really heavy on you in the morning. So that's something that has really impacted my life, and even drinking herbal teas. Honestly, that is something that helps with grief as well because it really targets the heart, everything, the digestive system, and it really helps you relax within the nervous system as well. So that's something that, and the fruits bring a lot of happiness because they're full of life, so it's really good on a cellular level for people. But besides that, I do have an Instagram myself. You can also find me on YouTube. You can find my website as well. Everything is Revelation of Nature. My website is Revelation of Nature with double E at the end because they took the one without one E, without one E, so that's why it has two E's.com. And then I'm on Facebook too, but I'm not like it just automatically posted, so everything I post on Instagram, I'm there. I like to use threads on Instagram as well. I'm pretty much on threads too. And upcoming events that I'm having is going to be I'm going to be in East LA College on the 17th of May this month. And then we're also going to be in Casa Palma Grill on the 18th. And also Tiffany will be joining us as well, doing her sound healing and the PMF.
Yep.
So it's going to be amazing. We're going to have a lot of vendors there with fruits. alkaline donuts. We're gonna have like a bunch of hopefully we have other people that are gonna come. That hasn't been confirmed yet, but tarot reading and things of that nature. So that's what's gonna come up, and that's what's gonna happen.
Awesome, awesome. Like, and they got jewelry and all
Yeah.
sorts of cool stuff. I mean, just amazing. I know it's going to be an amazing event on the 18th and the 17th. I'm hoping to get in there with you on the 17th as well to do some stuff.
Oh
So,
yes, yes.
but yes, yes. So everyone, look, I mean, these ladies have some amazing things going on. We have a team of, contributing writers here with Phoenix Fitness Fanatics, and we all are just here to really help you to bridge the gap when it comes to, just being able to find balance in your health and wellness, whether that be, physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, wherever it is that you need that help. This platform is definitely here to help you. So it's Monday. We always like to, end our conversations with some words of wisdom, words of encouragement. So, Teresa, please share some words of wisdom, words of encouragement for our audience. Then we're going to go ahead and we'll come down to you, Melissa, and we're going to have you close us out. So, Teresa.
Okay, my words of wisdom. Number one would be to just sit with your feelings, to take the feelings into your heart, the emotions, the good, the bad, any type of emotions, sit with them, really feel, and be authentic with your feelings. Don't be afraid to be sad, to be unhappy. Nobody says we have to be happy all the time. Nobody even says we have to be positive all the time. Sometimes you need to just sit there and say, this sucks. And now I need to get past it. And there's always something you can do for yourself. So never feel that anything is hopeless. Things always pass. And as long as you sit with things and you know that you're going to come out the other side, you definitely will, because nothing lasts forever.
That's true. That's true. Thank you so much, Teresa. Love that. Melissa, what's your word
My
of
words
wisdom?
of wisdom will be I like to say just keep it pushing, always pick yourself back up and never allow yourself to fall or continue. Like you can fall, but you better get back up. And that's something that I preach very heavy on because if you don't get back up, I promise nobody's going to come save you. You have to save yourself and continue to love yourself no matter what phase you're going through, and that will take you far instead of just allowing yourself to fall into sadness, depression, and things like that. And like Teresa said, allow it to just feel it out, and then from there, like, look at the positive, and you'll be okay.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Melissa. Well, ladies, I want to thank you so much for joining me today on this Mental Monday. And everyone, I want to thank you all for joining us as well, whether it be live today or the replay. Definitely share with us in the comments what you took from the conversation, and, any questions that you may have for Teresa or for Melissa here. Definitely connect with them as well, and connect with us at Phoenix Fitness Fanatics Magazine. Again, we have an amazing platform here, so you can go to Phoenix Fitness Fanatics Mag 2021.com to get your subscription. And if you're someone that is a health and wellness just fanatic and you're interested in having a platform to shine on, we would love to have you on the platform to share what you do to help people get their elevation in the mind, body, and spirit. So we want to thank you so much. Have an amazing week ahead, and we'll see you next time. All right,
Thank you,
everybody,
everyone.
take care, everybody.